Okay, people, guess what there? Look right there, there's a walnut. Sorry, the sun's in the way, but that's a walnut. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. But yeah. I had to get my... Where'd it go? Right there. You see? It's a walnut. And this is the warrior tree I grew it. I don't know if there's any more in there, but... You know, you don't know. But yeah, that's the walnut. That's it for today. Have a good day. And bye.
Okay, just a quick video here. This is August 12th of 2022. And this is what Justice Ross, that is the judge's name, that's making a decision as to whether he's going to throw out my notice of civil claim at the request of the Attorney General and Public Safety and Solicitor General, okay, in regards to ongoing the targeting of my family, gang stalking, just the whole 9 yards, people, okay? Apparently, he's going to be giving his decision on August 17th, which would have been Uncle John's birthday. Isn't that interesting? Okay, because Uncle John was born August 17th, 1938. So in the meantime, you know, I don't suspect that I'll get any justice here anytime soon, okay? Because that's not how it works. How it works is cops are apathetic when it comes to murder in the community because it produces a commodity that they traffic within our healthcare systems, within organized religion that can pillage body parts for profit. Okay? That's basically what's happening in the province of British Columbia, Canada. And to distract away from that, the victims to that cycle have to endure shit like this. Now, this was done 2 days ago. Okay, it's, you know, she just wants to keep herself up in the search engine, people. Okay? Right? Now, the reason she's doing this, I'll show you. Here, she did it again. Right? This one was 3 days ago. She's been trying to get a response out of me. This is what's been happening. Okay? What is she right here? It's hard for me to see. What does it say? Because if I click it on, it doesn't give me the whole title. Oh, my Lord. Amari Johnson with his favorite auntie, Tika, that he loves so much at New Nations Unity. Okay. She did something else down here too. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, you can see, right? Is she running SHAMAY's name in these things too, right? At SHAMAY Chorney, at SHAMAY Judy Chorney.
This officer...
Just stupid shit, right?
This officer...
Oh boy. Hold on. Oh Lord. I think she does. Wandering eye. Let's see. Right now. Yeah. Like, this is her stripper video. Being a stripper, right? And then she coming in here. And she going, a special shout out to my haters, as they are my motivation to continue making these videos. At Justice for SHAMAY. At New Nations Unity. At SHAMAY Chorney. At SHAMAY Chorney. And then she brings in her ex-boyfriend. Okay? So the point is, she's been trying to get a response out of me after the last couple of days here. Okay? Well, I posted a video because you have to remember, the judge assumes that SHAMAY just quote-unquote overdose. Honestly, people, I don't even know how he even came to that conclusion. Okay? He didn't ask how SHAMAY was murdered. He just assumed. Okay? He just assumed. Where did he get that information that it was an overdose? I never gave him that information. I never wrote that down in my notice of civil claim. We never had a chance to talk about anything or to put forward any kind of evidence. So how could he just possibly assume that it was an overdose? Right? And that an overdose doesn't warrant murder. Period. Point blank, in his opinion. Right? Because it's just unfathomable. Right? And if that's the case, why the fuck is he a judge? If he's so close-minded, people, why is he a judge? So in the meantime, okay, I put this up on August 4th. We're only on the 12th, right? Okay? Because, you know, I'm waiting to hear from the judge. Okay? Right? And I'm already feeling defeated. Okay? And I'm already thinking, don't give up. You know, right? I'm already thinking to write the head office of the RCMP and just do it and ask them to investigate the province of British Columbia, Canada, in freaking general, okay? All right? In terms of the internal corruption that's within our government, okay? That's partnered up with organized religion. That's important, people. Especially when you've got cities trying to remove the RCMP from the workforce, right? As, you know, dirty cops are being rehired on as city cops, as they're being removed from the federal policing agency, right? So, city comes in, says, okay, no more RCMP. That's what's happening out here. We're going to have our own police force. So they fire all the RCMP, but there's a clause in there where if the RCMP want to sign on with the city, they can. Well, yeah, all the dirty boo-boo cops are going to sign on because the system is already in place when it comes to trafficking body parts. Okay? That's what I'm fighting for here, people. Okay? So in the meantime, it's on my mind. Okay, because the judge is trying to blow it off. Okay, it's just trying to blow it off. That SHAMAY wasn't murdered, right? That she did it to herself, even though where he would have gotten that information still remains to be seen, because nobody gave it to him, nobody told him, at least not from my end. Okay? And so in the meantime, I put this up, okay? 4 days ago. It's what, 14 seconds long? Right? This was 8 days before she was murdered. Right? That's a fact. Okay? 20 days before she was going to go to college. Okay? And what does this thing do? First, she tries her little bullshit, what do you call those things? Shorts with the tag. She's not getting no attention from me. Okay. And then she comes in a day and a half later, like just recently, because she's wanting my attention. Because she likes to taunt me. All right? It's right here. Okay? So first she does her 2 little short videos, one 3 days ago, one 2 days ago. You know, she's posting shit in her description boxes that has nothing to do with me or SHAMAY, right? But she just wants to egg it on, okay? And that's prior to me posting what I posted in light of what I'm facing, okay, in the real world when it comes to quote-unquote court, right? And then, because she didn't get no response out of me, you know, look what she does. She comes in yesterday in a bit, right? And I'll read it, and then I'll give you my response, and I'm going to end this video.
I love you so much, Amari.
Like, it's just a short little video.
You're Moby's inspiration. You're my whole world.
Yeah, my daughter did it to herself. Okay, people. She was going to college in 20 days. Okay? Anyway. Where's this girl's post? Right here. Let's do this fast. Okay, you can see. Right here. Now you have to remember, this girl stalks my yard. She likes to pour bleach into the dirt, kill my plants. She's a potato snatcher. If she's in the neighborhood, when she's not flying around the country, spreading her legs. Okay? Not that I have anything against strippers. I just don't like dirty strippers, people. Okay? Anyway, she goes, laughing out loud. The police closed the investigation because SHAMAY told the hospital she wanted to kill herself long ago. Got a prescription for antidepressants, and she never filled nor used the prescription. Laughing out loud. You are just a bad mother. TBH. To be honest. And failed to help your kids. And failed to keep your kids safe and away from drugs. As you had Sierra in the house using with her baby daddy. I don't know where she got that. Like, she just watches my videos, takes a few notes, and likes to twist things around to suit her agenda. Okay, that's what's happening here. Using with the baby daddy in front of SHAMAY. That's no one's issue or fault. It's my eyes, people. Hold on, let me see if I can get a different pair of glasses. Okay, so let me try this again. Oh, it's hard to see. I'm reading. I'm kind of. Anyway. Okay. I can't keep this, okay, as I read. I have to read, and this will just move around. Okay. Alright, let's just find it again. I'll just kind of gently put it there. That's no one's fault, or that's no one's issue or fault but your own. Laughing out loud. Looking for pity But guess what? It's been like 5 years. No one gives a crap anymore. I can't wait for you to go fully blind. You will not be able to talk the shit that comes from your ass out your mouth. The amount of crap you speak, I would have thought you would be able to smell from your top lip, 'cause we all know a toothbrush is something you do not own. Crazy lady. Okay? Alright. So I'm like, should I ignore her or should I respond? Should I ignore her or should I respond? Well, I got an email yesterday informing me that Judge Ross has made a decision and he wants to have another MS team meeting on August 17th, which would have been Uncle John's birthday, to tell me what his decision is. Okay? Now, with that said, I answered back. And this is my response. You're a murderous bitch. And that's why you still stalk my family today, just like you stalked SHAMAY before you and your brother and your rotten brother killed her. Something that the judge wants to just pretend that didn't happen, because he already knows all the facts, right, people? The police covered up SHAMAY's murder because your brother was working with them. Cops had him by the balls, and he did their bidding by giving them what they wanted, and that was dead bodies, because that's where the money is at, people. The money isn't selling the fentanyl or the heroin or the crack or the meth, whatever it is. That's not where the profit is. Okay? That's the chump change. Oops. That's the chump change. Okay? So what? Sierra bought a $10 bag of dope. So what? The minute she was dead, her body brought in $1 million. 500,000 to $1 million. You do the math on that one in terms of profit margin. Okay? And the reason that I say that the cops had Julian by the balls is because they knew he was a drug dealer. They had already taken away his money, and in terms of, they stopped him one time on the road driving, and he had a large amount of money. I have the paperwork on it, people. I have the citation from the cops. Okay? And they took over like $3,000 because he couldn't explain where he got it from and whatnot, right? And even SHAMAY came to me at one point and asked me, because, you know, he wanted that money back, and he wanted SHAMAY to put her John Henry down and say it was her money. And I told her not to do it, people. Okay? I told her not to do it. So that money was never picked up. And I have the paperwork to fucking prove it. Well, I don't know if it was ever picked up, but I have the paperwork proving that the cops took it. Okay? This is what I mean. They had him by the balls. Okay? They let him get away with selling drugs and just kept him on the edge with it. In terms of, well, we won't take you in as long as you kind of do what we want when we want you to do it. Okay? And when it came time to have me go down the hall so that I couldn't see what the paramedics were doing to SHAMAY on that vinyl floor with that perfusion machine, And that cop looked over at Julian and nodded his head, and Julian just started acting crazy, and that cop turned around and told me to take Julian down the hall. Julian was just a distraction, and he knew it. Okay, because most of what happened with SHAMAY that day was timed and cued. I was here, people. Okay? I went through the actual motions of being manipulated through that play acting, because that's what it was. All right? And that's what I'm saying. The cops had Julian by the balls. And SHAMAY wasn't the first person that was dead around Julian. It had happened before. And there was already a connection between Julian and the cops. And when it was time for Julian to act out, the cop cued him, Julian acted out, and they got away with taking SHAMAY's body out in a hammock with a perfusion machine. Only I can't prove it because I didn't actually witness it, because the cop needed the distraction to send me away so that the paramedics could quickly plug in their catheter and whatever freaking hose into my dead daughter's body, put her into a freaking hammock, wipe up the blood, and then scurry out the door like the rats that they are. Julian was involved with that. Well, the judge is sitting up in La La Land thinking that SHAMAY just did it to herself. Like everybody else does across the freaking continent. Because there is no such thing as murder. It's obsolete, like the Criminal Code of Canada. Anyway, the police covered up SHAMAY's murder because your brother was working with them. Cops had him by the balls, and he did their bidding by giving them what they wanted, and that was dead bodies. As SHAMAY wasn't the first person your brother murdered for them, being he was the wannabe drug dealer. That was another thing that the cops held over his head. They gave him enough rope just to hang himself if he wasn't careful and did what they wanted him to do when they wanted him to do it. And because Julian didn't want to stop being a drug dealer, he just went along with it. And because SHAMAY was dumb and young and couldn't break away fast enough, she paid with her life. Go have your own kid, you loser bitch. Why is she stalking me? Right? Why? And my family and Amari. Why? Why can't she go have her own kid? And to satisfy whatever need she has for Amari. Because it's not like these people, any of these people on the Johnson side, do anything for Amari. Okay? Outside of terrorize his caregivers. Because this is a form of terrorism, what she's doing. Okay? Because she actually comes into my yard, people. Okay? When she's in the neighborhood. Just because she flies around the freaking country doesn't give her a safe pass to say that she's never back in Surrey where I live. Okay? She's coming back. And when she comes back, this is the shit that she does. Whether she does it online or whether she does it actually in my yard. Or gets her homies. Tries to get her homies involved. Alright? Kayla Blaz. What happened to Kayla? Does Kayla even like this girl anymore? Right? Or maybe Kayla woke up and seen something and finally realized what the hell she was dealing with. It was you who laced Shamay's smokes with your mother's medical fentanyl. Because it was medical fentanyl and it came out of your mother's house since you're listening to this video. So it must have been your mother's fentanyl. Otherwise, maybe your mother stole it from the prenatal clinic that she was working in. I wouldn't put it past her, okay? Literally. Or maybe it was one of Julian's specialty drugs that he sold, right? You know? Either or, it came from your mother's house. Julian wasn't in the pictures that day when Shamay took the baby by. But I'm sure you were lurking around in the background like you like to do, planting things. And being that it was medical fentanyl that basically killed Shamay. The only place that would have came from was from your mother's house. And that's why she was getting sick when she was smoking her cigarettes. Only we thought it was a flu. We didn't realize that she was getting dosed with medical fentanyl every time she took a puff off a smoke. It took a while to figure it out, but it's been figured out. Let it be a warning for other people in the neighborhood. What scoundrels have figured out how to do, as the cops are saying, oh, good job. You did a good job. Yeah. Go good. Get me another one. That's okay. We'll turn a blind eye. You can do this and you can do that. And, we'll cut you some slack. And, but, the clock is ticking, right? We need that body. All kinds of bodies being hauled out in freaking hammocks in the province of British Columbia, Canada. Body-do guys like to put their bodies in body bags. Ambulance attendants like to put their patients on gurneys. Body snatchers like to put their bodies in hammocks because they have to hide the perfusion machine. Mother's medical fentanyl. When Shamay took the baby to your house so your mother could see the baby. And it was your brother who finished the job 3 days later, because don't forget, he was bugging Shamay to come to the house here, even though she didn't want him, crying on about how he couldn't be at his mother's house because his mother's house had suddenly gotten robbed, and he was basically homeless out in the streets, and that's why he had to come to my house and hang out in Shamay's bedroom on the day she was murdered. How convenient that should happen. Huh? Yeah. Why did it take your mother's house getting robbed for that pity party to kick in for Shamay to say, okay, fine. Just stop scratching at my window. Stop calling me. Sure, you can hang out here for a little while until you figure it out. No, he wasn't hanging out. He was finishing a job. I was here. I have the timeline. Three days later, are you happy that I'm getting mad? Because trust me, anything that I get mad with, I'll take the pen to paper. Okay? Later. And then he molested Shamay's dead body. Sick as can be. Then I wrote, don't worry though, as your mother made sure you all got paid big time with her fake car accident that brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you got what you deserved, as karma is a bitch. Who gets into a car accident and gets a new vehicle the next day? Because that's basically what happened. Your mom apparently got into a car accident where her van was completely totaled, and not even a few days later, she's driving around in her brand spanking new white vehicle, better than what she had, right? Doing U's in front of my front yard, acting like a fucking gangster. And then soon after that, right? And then milks the taxpayers of hundreds of thousands of dollars saying that they're so injured. How could you possibly be so damn injured to get an ICBC claim in terms of, you know, a corporation like this insurance company out here in British Columbia, Canada, is Crown operated, right? It's kind of run through the taxpayers, right? It's a Crown corporation, right? So at the end of the day, it's the people that pay into the system and the government that pay out these car insurance claims, right? So if you're going to get into a car accident, clearly you're not that injured if you can jump into another vehicle and start driving around within a week, okay? Right? And then get your little buyout a year later after it goes through the court because of how injured you are. Seems like perfect timing to me, people. Perfect timing to me. You have to remember, okay? You have to remember, they're running files through the clinics, through the hospitals, through the different ministries, right? Through the prenatal clinic, okay? They're targeting people who they think they can do this shit to. And they're paying out the ones that help to facilitate the end result. In terms of, we'll let you get away with murder as long as we know that you will facilitate it again for us at a future date because we need those bodies. We'll let you sell drugs and we'll let you just be an idiot and we'll let you think that you're in control, but at the end of the day, you know the gig, right? And this is what I mean. I was here. Julian knew the gig. He was working with the cops. Whether he realized it or not, but he did realize it though, people, because the cop went like this and Julian just enough so that the cop could send me away so that they could put my daughter into that hammock, not on a gurney, not in a body bag, but into a hammock. The only reason they're using hammocks is because the hammock goes up and it hides the perfusion machine that they've got on the chest. And they're prepping them for surgery. Okay? They're flushing the organs inside the body before they take them out. It's a proven method to preserve organs. That's a fact. That's a material fact, people, in terms of what a perfusion machine does. Right? So, doesn't give this girl the right to continue to stalk my family after all this time. Right? So this Judge Ross, if he throws out what I've done so far, this stuff is going to haunt him, people. Okay? You can't just simply throw out a family. A family. Okay? So that this is the shit that we have to deal with, right? Time after time after time. So, yeah. So I left it at that. Because as far as I'm concerned, the mother got bought off. And that's why I say Sonia too. We've got Sonia 1 and we've got Sonia 2. Sonia 1 is Julian and Tamika's mother that got bought off, right? Protecting her kids from the things that they do out in the community so that she can benefit. Laundering money through ICBC car insurance claims. That's a great way to launder money that's unaccountable for, right? Through those, internal files, okay? And, this representative for the Attorney General's office, she's a Sonia too. She even looks like Sonia. Right? Just because they have a black face doesn't mean that they stand up for because that's, I wrote in my notice of civil claim that the court is being discriminatory against a minority family. So they had to put in a minority, quote unquote, black woman that looks like Sonia 1, right? Who clearly is on the side of the, devil, right? Murder is okay because as long as we get something from it, obviously the woman got something from it now, didn't she? She got hundreds of thousands of dollars, not to mention a brand new vehicle, right? So, right? It's profitable, right? And that's just the chump change, right? That's not the big bucks when we're talking millions of dollars, okay? So, I don't know. Anyway, one day at a time, people.